Sharon, but I can go way back.
Thank you, Helen. Thank you. All right, guys. Let's go. Where are we going next?
But I can still remember.
Hold on. I gotta interrupt. Ryan's game is 24-24 tie going into the fourth quarter.
Okay, thank you.
I can still remember the day or the evening each one of you were born. Remember Linda? I can remember the minute, the day, the experience that each one of my children were born. I can't believe I have all these grandchildren. But each one of them, to me, was a miracle. I couldn't believe when I looked at them. God gave me this. And I still think of that all the time. Then, when they had you, I thought the same thing. We've got more miracles. There's a lot of funny stuff. Brandon already hit on all that stuff. I wasn't in the Marine Corps. I wasn't in the Marine Corps. And Grandpa, I'm going to say, of the guys that I dated, was the most tolerant of my mom and dad, because my mother didn't speak really much of any English. My dad did. My dad kind of looked at him a little, I don't know if I'm going to like him. He doesn't fish.
Who was a Navy man?
He was a fisherman. No. His father was a Navy man. My dad was a tool and die maker. He was a fisherman. He was a hunter. So he found out later, well, I guess that's okay. That worked out. Then he started to like all of the children that we produced. Now there's somebody missing between Linda and Kim. And we always think of that somebody that isn't here today.
Yeah.
Because I miscarried one baby. Okay? So that baby's always going to be, and I just saw Heaven is for real.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought of that again when I saw that little girl. And I thought of that.
Tell them, because
if you've never seen Heaven is for Real, it's a very interesting story, and it really tells you about what's probably going to happen to every one of us later on. But when I saw that, and I saw that little girl come on,
tell them what the little girl was.
Well, don't ruin the movie.
The little girl was the one that didn't make it to life. Every one of you made it. I was there to see everybody be born. My kids, I couldn't have been more elated when I had each one. I had a girl, oh, good, okay, I had a second girl, oh, goody. I started to get the hang of it. Had a third girl, oh, good, I know how to do this. Shit.
And then the fourth one, she said, oh, shit.
I had the fourth. I'm going to tell you all this story. Mary's heard it 100 times. I just had Sandy, and before I knew it, I was pregnant again.
There you go, Dad.
Okay, but, well, you know what? You guys are all old enough. We were young.
Wasn't a lot on TV back then.
We were married. We were in love.
They were this age almost. Christy and Josh and Matt's age, right? Not much.
And oh my gosh, I got pregnant again. And I thought, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I've got 3 and they were little. And I thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Oh no. I was tormenting myself for a few weeks, and then all of a sudden, I kind of settled into it. And I promised the Blessed Mother, if this baby's okay, please let this baby be okay. I promised if it's a girl, I will name her Mary. So I kept my promise, and that's why I have Mary.
Even though Mary wants to change her name.
Yeah, but that is why. That is why I named her Mary, because I was upset. And you guys will find that out. Maybe you won't find out as much, but we were having children, and then 2 years later we had Ron and Rose. And we thought, oh my gosh, how are we going to afford all these kids?
They had 6 kids in 7 years.
Yeah, so that's a lot of kids.
27 or 28?
I was 27 and I had all of my children. But I still, when I look back at that, I think maybe it was rough at that time. But I thank God for that, because I wouldn't have been able to keep up.
She told the people when I had the Pampered Chef party, she goes, "Oh my gosh, they're coming in twos. We better stop this."
Yeah, when they start to come in twos, then we have to start thinking about
But
it.
you know, it was really great for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
they are all close.
be, to have
And look what I got. Look what I got.
Also, you have
So
some
tell me-
looking grandchildren.
That's not a blessing. That is a blessing. Okay? I'm sorry that Ron isn't here because he was a good kid when he was a kid. He would Ronnie. He was a good kid. He kind of balanced off Rose and Ron. Because he was the quiet one, she was the rowdy one. She used to beat him on the head with her toys. Who did? He just took you did when you were in the
Wow, what a shock!
But, you know, but when I think of them, I think of the time, the day, the hour that they were each born, and look what I got. My son-in-law. I could not have better son-in-laws than I do now. Dad and I thank God for them. They're taking care of my children. I love each one of them. They're all different, but I do love them and I love what's happened. It's you that's happened. So, I don't know, I didn't write anything down, but I just wanted to tell you, we are very happy.
Can you talk into it like this?
We're very happy.
You missed it at church.
Okay, now I can hear you. Okay, that's better.
Josh, you can put those notes down.
No, really, I'm not going to go on any further. But if we can do this all the time, we will try to do this every year, just so that we can all be together, okay? Because it's important now.
Yeah.
You know, it's very important now. Now that you guys are old enough to join in the fun. But I love Tim. He's my very first. I guess I've known Gary as long as I've known
Longer,
Tim.
maybe?
He was hanging around a long time ago.
He just wouldn't commit.
I'm a slow mover.
Yeah, he was there the day they said that Elvis died, and I said, okay, well, okay.
Was he there that long?
No, not then.
Oh, yes,
That
he
was Jim Weber and Gary
No, that was somebody else.
No,
When did Elvis die?
78. I didn't know Gary in 76.
he was there the day
That was Jim Weber and Gary.
I came on Castleaire. We had a
He was there in Castleaire. He was there in Castleaire, but Elvis died.
It was Jim Weber and Gary.
No, Gary was there.
I'm telling you, Linda.
Butch Jeanette.
No, Linda. What was that, Gary? Linda.
Anybody else Gary?
It was no,
Anybody else need anything?
Linda.
Then there was Stan.
What was
there
that blonde-haired
Danny.
Gary's name?
Greg Fenger.
Greg Sanger. It was Greg Sanger and Jim Weber.
Wasn't
Yes,
him,
it was.
Jerry.
I can remember.
Was he the one that had that really cool?
All right, wrap it up because I'm recording.
Well, okay, but I wanted to, you know, I'm happy for Stan. I'm happy for Danny.
He wasn't at our house.
No, it wasn't. She's right, because in 78, August of 78, we started coaching football for our
And you know what? You know what?
So she's
I like Tom too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that Tom isn't part of our thing, but that's okay. Maybe that was God's way of looking out for everybody.
graduate in May of 79.
I still have
But
my
without
faith.
Tom, Lexi and Luke would not be here. So
That's right.
We want to
Tom.
That's
Never
right.
talking about
You know
Tom.
what? Look at Lexi. Tom was part of this family. But I love all my sons-in-law. I really, really do. And I'm happy they're taking care of my daughters. I can't ask for any more than that. I
Tom
can't
is
ask
the
for
best
any more.
ex-husband
So
Rose
when you
has
all
ever
when you all pick, when the day comes for you all to pick, be sure you make the right choice because think of it as only being one choice. One choice forever and ever. And that's what Grandpa and I did. You know what? We don't walk around and hold hands all day long. We don't walk
she
around and
does
kissy
sometimes.
face all day long. You did that.
I thought you said you were having sex tonight.
my 2-1. That's not going to happen. The second thing is, when I said to you that one day my girlfriends and I in high school were going to gather around if we made it to 90.
You say
You
it.
said 80.
We were going to have a popcorn. Now wait a minute. You are not invited. If I ever do anything like that, you're not going to be there.
There's only one person who can be.
I've never.
Yeah, Matt's got a surprise look on his face.
I've never tried anything like that, but I ran around with a bunch of good people.
It may be legal.
I think you lost him. Mom, I think you're done.
Colorado, California.
I think you lost him now. It's time to wrap it up.
Night night. Christine, I forgot that we used to do that until we did that. I remember doing that when you guys were little. I'd go.
Yeah, there's a good reason to stop.